I'm Anil Kumar, and here is a solution of question number 11, page 30 from Nelson, rates of change. The time t in seconds taken by an object dropped from a height of s meters to reach the ground is given by the formula t equals to square root s over 5. Determine the rate of change in time with respect to height when the object is 125 meters above the ground. So the difficulty which some students are having in solving this is that the function is given not in the function notation, right? So they find it difficult to figure out how to go about. So the equation is time taken for the free fall is square root of s over 5. So time is a function of height. Height is s in meters, okay? So we could write this as time t as a function of s equals to square root of s over 5. I hope that helps, right? Now, determine the rate of change in time with respect to height when the object is 125 meters above the ground. So the rate of change when the object is 125 meters above means s is equals to 125. So rate of change when the height is 125. So we'll use our formula, which is t of, so the rate of change in time. So the time value when height is 125. So on the top comes the time part, which is 125 plus h minus the difference in time part minus t of 125 divided by h, where the limit h approaches 0. So I hope now it is absolutely clear what we're trying to find, right? So it is time, right? So when you say time when height is this much, so the units will be seconds per meter in this particular case. So be careful about that. Determine the rate of change in time with respect to height, right? So this is the change in height, okay? So that is how it is. The height taken is 125, so it is 125 plus h. Okay. Now let's begin by writing the function with 125 in it. So we have square root of, let me write limit, h approaches 0, square root of 125 plus h divided by 5 minus 125 over 5. You get the point, right? So that is the time, right? Difference in time, and difference in height is just h because the other point is very, very close. Okay, so that gives, this is square root of 125 divided by 5 is 25, which gives you 5. Okay, now in this particular case, to solve we need to rationalize. To rationalize means multiply by conjugate of this numerator, right? So you're going to actually simplify this. In a way, you write this as limit h approaches 0. The first part is square root of 125 plus h over 5, and this is 25 by 5 is 5 over h, right? You could do that also, and then you rationalize it. You could do that. You could also take 1 over square root 5 common and then do it, right? So some of you can do that part also. So let me just expand and simplify from here onwards. So what we get here as equals to limit h approaches 0. So we'll rationalize this particular factor. So what do we get here? So we get, or we could have used that also, it doesn't really matter. So we get square root of 125 plus h over 5 minus 5 times, so let me write the first factor as this h, and then we'll rationalize with square root of 125 plus h over 5 plus 5, okay, over square root of 125 plus h over 5 plus 5. So when you rationalize, you get limit h approaches 0. Squares, difference of squares for these, which is 125 plus h over 5 minus 5 square is 25, right? Divided by h times square root of 125 plus h over, let me write square root 5 now since I made it smaller, plus 5. Okay. Now in this expression, if I multiply by 5 here, I get 125, and I can bring this 5 down. So I could write like this: limit h approaches 0 of 125 plus h minus 125. That is 5 times 25, correct? 5 comes in the denominator, so I get 5h times square root of 125, plus h, over 5 plus 5. Okay, so this is all within square root actually. Okay, so we can write this as limit h approaches 0. 125 minus 125 is 0, so we get h in the numerator, and the denominator is 5h within brackets square root of 125 plus h over 5 plus 5. Now since h and h cancel, we can substitute h as 0 and then calculate our answer. So we get this as equal to 1 over, so square root of 125 over 5 plus 5. So 125 and times 5 outside, I forgot that, times 5, this 5, right? So that is 1 over 5 times 25, square root is 5, so we get 5 plus 5, right, which is 10. So we get this as 1 over 5 times 10, which is 50. Remember, it is determine rate of change in time with respect to height. So time is seconds and height is in meters. So the units will be seconds per meter. And that's kind of critical. You have to include your units in this solution, okay? I hope the steps are absolutely clear to you. So that is how you could do this question. I hope that helps. Thank you.